Now I know how all of you, including myself as well, are absolutely dying to see some gameplay of LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. The wait goes on and on every week, and it feels like news just gets that bit further away every day instead of that bit closer. And something else a lot of us want is a demo. Now there was actually a demo for LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga back at E3 in 2019 when the game was first announced. But this demo was behind closed doors. Only very few people got to actually see what was going on there, and I came across a very interesting video. So I saw this video right here from Mosh, a fantastic video summarising what was in this demo, because this guy was lucky enough to actually be in the room behind those closed doors at the time with a few other people and got to see what was going on with this demo. So I got in contact with him for you guys and managed to find out all the details, and he's summarised it for me here today. So before I share all these details with you, I'm obviously going to tell you all to go and subscribe to his channel. I'm going to link his video that I actually saw in the description. I want you all to go and watch that as well. But let's get into everything he shared with me, and I've got a little diagram that I made to show you as well, because obviously there is no footage of this gameplay. They were not allowed to record anything. So let's get into the notes. Like if you enjoy, guys, subscribe if you're new. And here we go, the closed off room at E3 2019. The members of the public who went in to see this demo did not actually get to play the demo themselves. They got to see one of the devs actually play through the game for the audience. And things start off with a circular menu allowing you to choose each episode as if it were an actual world, all the way from episode 1 to episode 9. Each episode also has its own diorama that appears when you're looking to choose it. Now, Crad only remembers what the episode 9 diorama was, because at the time he was looking forward to the movie. It hadn't come out yet, so he was most intrigued about that one. And the diorama for episode 9 was Rey jumping over the TIE fighter, which we actually see in the trailer and everything, so that was the diorama there. He doesn't remember the others, which is a bit unfortunate, but we'll get to see those sooner or later, I hope, when the game comes out. But this option of the circular menu and choosing each episode individually most likely could just be just for this demo, and will be converted into different hub worlds when the game releases, which I would expect to be the case. I wouldn't expect that you actually choose an episode and then you're imported into the world when the game comes out, but this is how it worked in the demo. Now the dev then chooses episode 5 and starts off in the Millennium Falcon. Now during this trip in the Millennium Falcon, he decides to fly all the way to Tatooine. So the Falcon starts to fly off to Tatooine, and just before you're about to land, a loading screen appears, and then it cuts to landing on the planet. You're automatically spawned outside the Lars homestead, Luke's house from episode 4, and the dev is playing as Luke himself, believe it or not. Now, there's lots more objects that can be forced, not just selected objects where you would be encouraged, for example, to press X to force something, so there's a lot more variety straight away, he described to me here. You have way more freedom over what you can force. Instead of just forcing something into one set place that you have to do, there are instead different outcomes, and you can also force something, for example, into the wrong place and it will do nothing, and then you have to figure out, right, where have I got to put this now, and force it again. And this is one of the first things he noticed. Now also, this is pretty cool, outside Luke's house there was a football/soccer net, wherever you're from. It's football here, but it may be soccer for you if you're in America. And Luke kicks a rock/a ball. He can't quite remember what Luke kicks, but he kicks something into this net, and this triggers a chime noise with confetti that comes falling down. Now next, Luke walks up to a gonk droid, and the gonk says gonk gonk, and the subtitles at the bottom as well translate to gonk gonk. Now Luke then changes to C-3PO, and the gonk droid still says out loud gonk gonk, but the subtitles have now changed, and the subtitles actually now state what the gonk is actually saying, so it's in English for us players. Now he can't actually remember what the gonk droid specifically said, but it referred to somewhat of a quest. So C-3PO acts as a translator just like he does in the movies, which I think is a fantastic touch, honestly. I'm really looking forward to this. Now the gonk then runs really fast away from Luke after done talking to him and C-3PO, and then falls face first into the sand. So really fast. Is this Super Gonk confirmed? The extra returns? Who knows? Now here's where I've made a little diagram going off what Crad told me, because at this point Luke walks up to a valley behind his house, and from this valley you can see different things. Jabba's palace in the distance. Tusken Raiders are on top of this valley watching you. They may attack you in game as part of the random encounters system as well, so be prepared for that. But here's what we got. So we got the Falcon next to the Lars homestead. Then the yellow lines are the two valleys, and the Tusken Raiders are on top of them looking down at you. In the very far distance you can see Jabba's palace. Now at the end of this valley is a Sarlacc pit, which I'm guessing is the Great Pit of Carkoon from episode 6, and at the back of that is Jabba's sail barge. And I hope this makes sense to you. It's the best I can do right now considering we don't actually have any footage of this. I think it does its job. Now from C-3PO we're now switching to Chewbacca, so we've got 3 characters right now, and Chewie then presses the aim down sight button with the bowcaster, where Crad can't quite remember if there was a reticle in the middle of the screen to help the player aim or not. I'm guessing there would be though, but the aim down sight, we know from the recent article with PlayStation that aim down sight is in the game, so that's also in there. Chewbacca leans in with the bowcaster, with the screen also zooming in as well, which sounds pretty accurate, and he begins to shoot at the Tusken Raiders. So sometimes the Tusken Raiders may attack you out of nowhere, or sometimes you may attack them out of nowhere. It depends who's feeling like they want to attack who more on the day. Now this is really interesting what Crad was talking to me about, and this is how the specific body part that you shoot the enemy at will cause them to react accordingly. For example, if the Tusken Raider is shot in the left arm, this causes that specific arm to flinch. So it brings out more of a reaction. For example, if your leg is shot, you're not just going to start holding your arm because your arm's not been shot. So it allows the actual characters to react a bit more to specifically where they've been wounded. And while there was no lightsabers featured in this, the system will most likely work the same with lightsabers, referring to wherever you get a limb cut off will probably be where the character then starts to kind of look at and feel pain. And something so simple here for most games today, but has never really been featured in LEGO games, headshots confirmed to do more damage, which is fantastic, and it means you're going to be able to get those kills a lot quicker by shooting in the head. After killing the Tusken Raiders, Chewie then walks up to the Sarlacc pit, looks in it, obviously doesn't dive right in there because that wouldn't end very well, and then looks at the sail barge. The dev then confirms everything built in the game can be built in real life, so all the models are accurate and real to the extent that you yourself could build them at home with the correct LEGO pieces. The player then walks back to the Falcon, gets inside, and the demo ends. And that is what was showcased at E3 back in 2019, and there's probably other little details in there as well, but when you're not allowed to record these things and only a few people saw it, you're going to get slightly different stories here and there. You're going to get some people remembering things, others not. But honestly, this sounds really cool. I don't know if this would be the actual demo they'd release. If we do get a demo that we can all play, we'd probably get more something of an actual mission where there's a lot of fighting involved. And with this, he was kind of just running around Tatooine, killing Tusken Raiders here, looking at different parts of the planet. But this was showcased now just under 2 years ago, because it's crazy how on track things were until the pandemic hit and all the devs had to go and work at home, and now we're here right now where no footage pretty much since this has been seen by anyone. So as I said at the start, guys, I want you to go and check out Crad Mosh's video, subscribe, because this video wouldn't have been possible without him, and he essentially let me rip off his video right here and share it with you guys. So I do appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. Like if you enjoy, subscribe if you're new, and I want to hear your thoughts on the demo in the comments section. I'll see you all in the next one.